Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Coming up next hour, Bryan Kohberger, the man convicted of killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022, will be sentenced to life in prison. We'll have more on this coming up. Plus,
The baby in the car.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just roll your window all the way down.
A look at new video shedding light on the moment a local dad was taken away by ICE agents outside a local daycare. And
once upon a time, the whole street was taken up by trailers, homeless encampments.
but now it's a place where families can gather for some fun. Coming up, we're going to have a look at how this group is breathing new life into a part of Portland's Central East Side. Sunrise, streaming live at 7 o'clock, starts right now.
good morning, and thank you for joining us live at 7 o'clock. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. Rod Hill with one more day off, so Chris McGinnis again handling double duty, the traffic and the weather for us. Chris, what do you start with here?
We've got a hot day on tap for us today. How about that? We'll give you the live look right now from our Rose City sky camera. If you were watching us yesterday, we had solid cloud cover over downtown. Not the case this morning. There are some patchy clouds, but there's also a whole lot of sunshine. 61 last check at PDX. The marine cloud deck has made its way to about Kalama. And from there west towards the ocean, and obviously the coastal communities are socked in this morning. That will retreat, and all of us will see sunshine today. And today's going to be warmer eventually. It's actually a little warmer out the door for some of us than it was yesterday at this time. 59 right now in Hillsborough. It's now up to 61 in Salem. Kaiser checks in with 58. And the plan for today, again, brief morning clouds burning off much faster for anybody that's seeing them this morning. They will burn off much faster than yesterday. Temperatures inching into the upper 70s by noontime. And eventually, we top out near 90 degrees. That is the warmest day of my 7-day forecast. We'll dial back the heat a little bit next week, or I should say tomorrow. We'll get to next week, but we've got a decent-looking weekend ahead. More on that in a few minutes. All right, let's get you out the door. I want to get you back to that traffic alert near the airport. We are hearing that overnight road work and paving on Airport Way is creating and has created major delays getting to the airport this morning. Now, as I say that, this is I-205 up in Clark County at SR-14. Now, that doesn't look so bad. However, 82nd Avenue is backed up, and Airport Way at one point this morning was a solid line of traffic from the terminal back to I-205 and onto the I-205 exit ramps. This is a snapshot of Airport Way at 82nd Avenue. There you can see that westbound traffic. Obviously, it's a still shot, so it's hard to tell, but I can tell you right now that you need an extra 20 minutes at least to get from here, I-205 to airport or to the terminal right now. There's the exit ramp coming off of the Glenn Jackson Bridge southbound to Airport Way westbound. Guys, we're going to get more details on this. Photojournalist Thomas Schultz is headed to the scene. We hope to hear more from him coming up in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Chris. Coming up next hour, a Boise judge is expected to sentence Bryan Kohberger to life in prison for killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022.
Amanda Ronley with our sister station Spokane takes a look back at the stunning turn of events that brought the case against Bryan Kohberger to a quick conclusion.
We are here today to entertain a change of plea.
An admission of guilt no one saw coming.
Did you, on November 13th, 2022, enter the residence at 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho, with the intent to commit the felony crime of murder?
Yes.
Bryan Kohberger sat before an Ada County judge confessing to the killing of 4 University of Idaho students: Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Kaylee Gonsalves, and Madison Mogan.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
The Latah County prosecutor summarized evidence the state would have presented had the case gone to trial in August.
The defendant entered the residence of 1122 through the kitchen sliding door on the back side of the residence.
The prosecutor says Kohberger went straight to the 3rd floor bedroom, confronting Maddie and Kaylee. He says that's where Kohberger left behind the knife sheath with his DNA on it.
I can tell the court, in public, the weapon itself, the knife, has not yet been recovered.
The state even found unsettling evidence on Kohberger's phone.
He took a selfie of himself in what appears to be the bathroom of his Pullman apartment with a thumbs up.
The state didn't say why they took a possible death penalty off the table in exchange for guilty pleas and life in prison. The students' families had mixed reactions to the unexpected deal. Kaylee Gonsalves' parents said they felt left out of the loop.
This isn't our agreement. We didn't agree to it.
On the other hand, the Mogen family supports the plea agreement.
While we know there are some who do not support it, we ask that they respect our belief that this is the best outcome possible for the victims, their families, and the state of Idaho.
The Chapin family didn't comment after the hearing, and they don't plan to attend the sentencing, saying they don't want to endure more trauma.
There's probably a moment between the two of us where we are just like, boy, how did we ever get here? You imagine your entire life, and this isn't how you think it's going to go.
And now, a case with many unexpected twists will soon come to a close.
And we will have live coverage of the entire hearing starting at 8 o'clock right here on our TV streaming app, KGW+.
We're also getting a look this morning at video that shows some of the moments that led up to ICE agents arresting a father who's originally from Iran outside his child's daycare in Beaverton.
And this video from inside his car was provided to us on behalf of the family in an edited form. It does not include the full interaction from the morning of July 15th. Amma McCarty walks us through the footage.
I'm getting out! I'm getting out!
Well, you should have done it already. I told you 3 times. I'm looking at your seatbelt. Step out of the car.
Before ICE agents smashed his car window and took the 38-year-old father into custody.
I'm a doctor! I'm a doctor! I'm Iranian!
Mahdi Khanbabazadeh was pulled over while on his way to Guidepost Montessori.
Hello, sir.
How you doing today?
Good, thank you so much.
You mind if I grab your ID from you? Go ahead and roll your window all the way down.
His child in the back
Roll
seat.
your window all the way down.
Well, I have a baby in the car.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Don't have to do anything with the baby. Just roll your window all the way down. Just go ahead and roll your window down. You're in the window. Roll it down. Roll your window all the way down for me, please.
Yeah.
Do you have your ID on you? Police.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, can I see your ID?
Yeah, that's funny.
Khanbabazadeh tells the agents he's heading to daycare.
Where's daycare? Just to Beaverton. How far? 5 minutes.
Before the video cuts to him in the parking lot.
So there's a baby in the car. And is it hard to wait for 3 minutes?
He then calmly reassures his child.
Mommy's coming now. Okay?
Another portion of the video is edited out just before this moment.
Okay, hold on.
ICE said last week that Khanbabazadeh was resisting arrest and refusing to exit his vehicle before an ICE officer broke a window. Brendan Hendricks is another parent at the school.
Staff convinced ICE to move the perpetrator, the father of a child, to move the car out of the parking lot into the street so that at least the kids wouldn't be observing this action.
They came into you are not okay. This is not okay. And
there's no reason a preschool needed to be used as a backdrop for the operation.
According to an ICE spokesperson, Khanbabazadeh entered the U.S. legally but overstayed the terms of his visa, a claim his wife told KGW was not true.
We do have a couple of follow-ups to Alma's report there this morning. Another parent with a child at that same daycare told the Oregonian that the man came to the U.S. on a student visa, graduated in 2021, married his wife, who is a U.S. citizen, later that year, then filed for paperwork for his green card. He's currently at the ICE facility in Tacoma and will stay in custody pending removal proceedings. All right, firefighters say they've gotten some containment on the Burdoin fire that's burning on the Washington side of the gorge between Bingen and Lyle. This fire has grown to nearly 11,000 acres, but is now 5% contained. Officials say evacuation orders will likely stay in place for up to another week, while firefighters say they've made progress in stopping this fire from spreading towards some communities. They also point out that other fire lines with this fire are still uncontrolled.
And this is welcome news in Oregon's wildfire recovery. The High Lakes Recreation Area in the Standium Forest is back open after being shut down since the 2020 Labor Day wildfires. Now all Santiam State Forest recreation areas are back open again, but the area has high fire danger right now, and so that means a number of restrictions. So for more information, head to the Oregon Department of Forestry's website.
Man, time does pass by quickly. It's hard to imagine, Chris McGinnis, that the anniversary, the 5-year anniversary of those huge fires is now just about a month and a half away.
Unbelievable. Yeah, let's get you kind of an update on the right now from the Dalles as we look west. You can still see the wildfire smoke and haze in the air from the Burdoin fire, which is obviously continuing to burn in Klickitat County. The air quality not bad. In fact, as we look at that across the region, most of the DEQ air sensors are reporting good air quality for now, but we're going into, again, we had a little rain on Monday in a lot of places. Now we're going right back into our regularly scheduled warm to hot, dry July, August weather. So with that in mind, I wanted to point this out. South Central Oregon under a fire weather watch tomorrow for the potential of some thunderstorm activity in that part of the state. Obviously, that's kind of a double-edged sword. You get the lightning, that's not good. Rain, good. We'll wait to see. Lightning obviously can be the cause of new fire starts. Okay, out the door right now, our Rose City Sky Camera showing a little bit of cloud cover trying to work its way in over downtown Portland. But again, this is nothing compared to yesterday, right? We had that slate gray sky yesterday. Today, not the case. It's a little bit of broken cloud cover over downtown, 61 right now in Portland. Temperatures are on the whole a good 2 to 5 degrees warmer this morning than they were yesterday at this time in the Willamette Valley. The air above us is a little warmer. There's not as much cloud cover this morning. And so the end result is that today is going to be a warmer day. Today's the warmest day of my 7-day forecast. I've got Portland getting up to about 90. Wilsonville, Tualatin, Salem, Aurora, you folks probably 90 to 92. Clark County, 89 to 90 in Vancouver, and about 86 in Battleground. So that's kind of the range across the region. We'll dial it back a little bit tomorrow. And then we get the morning cloud, afternoon sunshine routine going into Friday and Saturday, which should knock the temperatures down a few more degrees. But no sign of rain in the forecast, and the final weekend of July, by July standards in Portland, is going to be a fairly comfortable one. Let's get you out the door with a look at the roads. Photojournalist Eric Patterson has been braving the traffic jam getting to PDX this morning. We bring this up because we understand overnight paving this week on Airport Way has caused major early morning delays getting to the airport. Now, we just heard an update from reporter Thomas Schultz heading on 82nd Avenue right now that traffic is beginning to clear up. But for right now, it's good to plan an extra 20 to 30 minutes to get to the airport from the I-205 Airport Way interchange. I can tell you guys, as I look at this camera now, if you look on the left-hand side of your screen, that's the exit ramp from I-205 South, the westbound Airport Way. It's moving better now than it was a little bit ago, but we'll keep it posted. Again, construction likely the cause of some substantial delays getting to PDX this morning. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Coming up in just 2 minutes, families in Southeast Portland reclaiming and revamping a part of their neighborhood. How a group transformed a magnet for drug use into a space for family fun.
Also want to remind you the KGW School Supply Drive is coming soon to a school district near you, and now is the time to get on board. You can go to kgw.com/school to sign up your business or your organization to be an official school supply drive collection site this year. You can help us collect school supplies and send thousands of kids and teachers in the area back to school with all the tools they need.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Families in Southeast Portland are celebrating after reclaiming part of their neighborhood that used to be a magnet for garbage and criminal activity. KGW's Catherine Cook went to check out the Dream Plaza on the city's east side.
The corner of Southeast 9th and Taylor.
We built this for the community.
Is now the intersection of a dream.
Now it's time to share it with the community.
And reality. Ramps, basketball hoops, art, and families. A creative space defined by this 126-foot skateboard mural and a neighborhood's reputation redefined.
We saw just kind of a mess.
That was a few months ago. The team at Dream Big City had just moved into this building. The view from their window was grim. Drug activity, camping, trash.
And we thought, what if we brought some life to this place, this street right here?
It's what the nonprofit had been doing all over the city, putting on pop-up block parties with skate ramps in a drug and alcohol-free environment. They call them fam jams, and families are grateful.
And the kids have gained a lot of friendships and community that they can't get anywhere else, and it's all because of fam jam.
Just with your friends here, just skating and doing activities. You don't need to be doing all that other stuff. You don't need to be getting in trouble. We need more of this.
Now they have a steady home for it right here, at least for the next year, thanks to a permit from PBOT. It's called the Portland Dream Plaza. Executive Director Alex Morrell says this couldn't have happened without collaboration.
Creatives bring the passion, but the city, PBOT, Central Eastside Industrial Council, they brought all the energy too.
Besides those using the plaza, nearby businesses are also excited about this place and the impact they say it's already having on the neighborhood.
It's brought in a little bit more of a safer kind of atmosphere for everybody around here. Once upon a time, the whole street was taken up by trailers, homeless encampments.
While challenges remain, change isn't just a conversation now. It's something you can feel. In Southeast Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
All right, your time now is 7:17. We have some weather and traffic to get to.
And we've got a warm start to a warmer day today. That's really the overwhelming weather headline. The clouds out there this morning, not nearly as widespread, not nearly as thick as they were yesterday. So here's the Rose City Sky Camera. Yesterday at this time, slate gray sky. And yeah, that's what we're waking up to. This morning, not nearly as cloudy. 61 last check at PDX. Satellite imagery showing that the extent of the thick marine cloud cover has made its way down to about Kalama, and now it's beginning to retreat a little bit. So fewer clouds, a little warmer temperature aloft, a little warmer temperature down below. All of that says to me, hey, yeah, pretty confident that we're going to be warmer today than yesterday. I'll step out of the way. The live look from our Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City showing Cascade Head off in the distance. You can almost make out the tippy top of the headland there. And I think if you look closely here, you may even see at least one or two. Are my eyes deceiving me, or is there like a little blue trying to show up there? Anyway, the clouds are thinner this morning than they were yesterday. They will burn off faster. It's 59 now in Scappoose, 60 in Woodland, 65 out towards the Dalles, one of the warmer spots, at least on the Oregon side of this map. Yakima waking up to 61, 59 out towards Spokane. All right, the plan for today, Futurecast has whatever cloud cover in the metro area is out of here very quickly this morning. And even at the coast, I think those clouds are probably gone before noon. So today will be sunnier at the beach than yesterday, or sunnier for longer. Of course, yesterday turned out nice, but took a while to burn the clouds off. Today, we burn off faster, and we all finish the day with sunshine and warmer weather. So here's the beach forecast today. Mid to upper 60s along the coast. Newport gets to about 62. Astoria, upper 60s for you. Columbia River Gorge, warmer. The Dow's 96 to 98 today. Yesterday you were about 90, so certainly warmer with a lighter west breeze at 5 to 15. Central Oregon, Redmond was in the 80s yesterday. Today, Bend gets to 90, Madras gets to 92, and the eastern part of the state. Again, Baker City was only in the upper 70s yesterday. Today you get to 83. So we're all tacking on a good 2 to 5 degrees from yesterday's temperatures. Battleground 87, Vancouver 90. And as we walk you through the valley forecast here, you'll see the temperatures in the central Willamette Valley probably in the 90s today, about 91 or so we think in Salem. Hour by hour here in Portland, mid-60s by mid-morning. We're actually pretty close to that right now, right? 76 at noontime. We eclipse the 80-degree mark by 1, and we are on our way to a high, we think, of about 90 degrees, give or take, this afternoon. So today's the warmest day of the work week. We dial it back a little bit tomorrow. And then Friday and Saturday, we go into that morning cloud, afternoon clearing routine. So however long it takes to clear the clouds will probably have some impact on the temperatures. I've dialed our numbers down a little bit to about 80, but no sign of rain in that 7-day forecast, which of course is not unusual for late July. Let's get you out the door. We go back live to photojournalist Eric Patterson, who has been braving the backup getting to the terminal at PDX. So here's the situation as we understand it. Overnight road work has caused some heavy delays getting to the airport this morning. Eric is heading westbound up towards the terminal. The drive has improved, but at one point we were looking at 25, maybe 30-minute delays getting just from here on I-205 on Airport Way west of the terminal. We'll zoom in real quick on the traffic map. And yeah, this is markedly improved from where we were 45 minutes ago. But the damage probably done for folks that had 8 o'clock flights. In any event, I-5 is busy this morning. We're looking at 23 minutes to get you in from Main Street down to the Fremont Bridge. And there's the live look coming out of Clark County on I-205 at SR 14. It's a little busier than usual, and I can't help but think, guys, that some of that is the residual delay from Airport Way, which does look like it's improving. We are going to have a live report from Thomas Schultz coming up in about 10 minutes, so stay right there. We'll hear more about this in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Chris. Also coming up here on Sunrise, President Trump reaches a new trade deal with Japan and the Philippines. We'll have that story, along with this morning's consumer headlines when Sunrise, streaming live at 7 o'clock, continues in 2 minutes.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Oregon Governor Tina Kotek has called a special session after lawmakers failed to pass a monster transportation bill last month. Hundreds of ODOT workers have already been given layoff notices, which has meant less attention given to potholes, graffiti removal, and highway improvements, among other things. But now with lawmakers set to reconvene in late August, those job cuts are on hold. A leader for the union representing ODOT workers says that the legislators, they need to put politics aside and get funding across the line.
End of the day, I'll echo your point about how it really is a bipartisan issue. Bridges and roads don't care about partisanship or political ideology or anything, right? Physics is physics. And if you don't have workers out there, maintaining the infrastructure is going to collapse.
ODOT has delayed the scheduled layoffs until September 15th. The special session is set to start on August 29th, the Friday before Labor Day weekend. KGW also received a statement from ODOT saying in part, quote, Governor Kotek's direction to postpone layoffs until September 15th is welcome news for many of our dedicated employees, providing them with additional time and stability as we continue to navigate an incredibly difficult budget.
President Trump announced what he's calling a massive trade deal with Japan. The agreement includes a 15% reciprocal tariff on Japanese goods exported to the United States, and it also calls for Tokyo to invest $550 billion into the U.S.
This deal is, they say, the biggest deal ever made. And we have Europe coming in tomorrow, and the next day we have some other ones coming in. We're doing things that have never been done in this country before, and our country is becoming very rich again, and that's the way it should be.
The president also announced a deal that features a 19% tariff on imports from the Philippines and 0 tariffs on U.S. exports to the Philippines. All right, let's take a look at some of this morning's consumer headlines now. Ford is recalling close to 700,000 vehicles because of a fuel injector issue that they say could cause a fire. The recall impacts certain Ford Escape and Bronco Sport models with 1.5-liter engines. Dealers say they're still working on a permanent fix, but people can bring their cars in for free engine software right now. An official notification letter will be sent out next month. News from Hershey's. Hershey is raising candy prices because of an increase in cocoa costs. The company says this increase, though, will impact retailers more than consumers. I've heard that before. They say their candy should still continue to cost us $4 or less. And big changes coming to Costco's food court. The company is switching from Pepsi back to Coke.
Yeah!
China Green is happy about that. Costco has been partnering with Pepsi since 2013, but is planning to offer Coke products again in all of its stores by this fall.
They're all great days.
What's that?
I said they're all great days.
Yeah.
Coming up in our 7:30 half hour of Sunrise, for the first time, we're hearing what Travis Decker said to police just 3 days before he allegedly killed his 3 daughters in Central Washington. Sunrise, streaming live in the 7 o'clock hour, continues after this.
KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus.
We are coming up on 7:29 on a Wednesday morning drive. We start off with I-205 near Airport Way, the scene of earlier some major backups trying to get to PDX. We're hearing from the Port of Portland that this is likely because of some overnight paving that was occurring on Airport Way. In any event, I can tell you now, if you've been watching us for the last little while, traffic has improved some, but you're still probably going to want to plan some extra time to the airport today. And be mindful if you've got a flight early tomorrow morning. It sounds like we could be in store for a similar situation. We're working to get more details on that. Your drive in from Main Street right now on I-5 is about 25 minutes to get you south to the Fremont Bridge. Let's get you out the door with a live look from the Rose City Sky Camera. The cloud cover already breaking up over downtown Portland. It's 61 degrees last check at the airport. And as we check out the visible satellite imagery, again, those clouds beginning to erode across the region. The forecast for today, warmer than yesterday. I've got Portland topping out near 90, same story in Salem. Our 7-day forecast shows then today's the warmest day of the next several. We dial back the heat a little bit on Thursday, and we go into the clouds to sunshine routine on Friday and Saturday.
Kicking off the 7:30 half-hour sunrise with this live look from our Providence Park Skycam. Wednesday morning, just a heads up, the Thorns. The Thorns are in action there tonight starting at 7 o'clock. I believe they're taking on a team from Japan tonight. And then coming up on Saturday, big matchup for the Thorns. They're taking on their rivals from Seattle. That game Saturday night also at 7 o'clock. So a couple of Thorns matches to keep in mind again tonight and Saturday night. What do we say to the Thorns on a I almost said Thursday. What do we say to the Thorns on a Wednesday, China?
Pump the brakes. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. So 7 o'clock tonight, I feel like the temperature is going to be pretty good out there.
It's going to be comfortable, yeah. I mean, today's going to be the warmest day of the week, but it'd be a nice summer night at Providence Park. Yeah, great night and really great 7-day forecast ahead. We'll look at that in a second. Let's get you out the door with what's going on in the here and now. The cloud cover, the brief cloud cover that we had over downtown, I mean, it was brief. Like, it's already starting to fizzle here. And 61 degrees last check at PDX. Elsewhere across the region, we're 59 Beaverton, Sherwood, and Tigard. Good morning to you folks waking up to 61 in Salem, and Almsville, last check, 58 degrees. Here's the visible satellite imagery. Now that we're into the 7 o'clock hour, we get, again, we only get this when the sun is up enough to actually, look down and show us the clouds. But you can see that those are already beginning to retreat a little bit out of Clark County, back through Cowlitz County, and to the beach. And the clearing will be faster at the beach today than it was yesterday. All right, the plan for today, upper 70s by lunchtime, upper 80s at 3 o'clock. And I think PDX is on its way to a high of about 90. Today will be the warmest day of the work week, and then we'll slowly dial it back a little bit heading into the weekend. More on that in a few minutes. Let's get you out the door with a live look at the roads, and we start there in the lineup that is the typical I-5 southbound slow and go here from SR 500. So that's kind of a heavy commute this morning. I-205 south out of Clark County, improving a bit. 25 minutes is the I-5 drive. I-205 is about 18 minutes to get you from Patton Parkway to Interstate 84. I do want to go back to Airport Way and 82nd Avenue. We had major backups here earlier this morning because of what we understand was some overnight road work and paving on Airport Way. Now, just judging by the traffic map here and some of the cameras that we've seen, it looks like those delays have improved a bit, but we've got reporter Thomas Schultz live out there right now to give us the very latest. Thomas, what do the roads and what does the drive to the airport look like from your perspective right now?
Well, Chris, it's still slow. It's improved from maybe 45 minutes ago, as you've been saying, when we saw just lockjam traffic, really. Now cars are going, albeit slowly, so if you are going to the airport again, you want to put into account some more time here to make sure you're able to make that flight. I want to show you why this is happening. You can see some of this traffic turning left here, but once they pass us, there's a sign down there that we're going to zoom into saying, caution, road work is happening. We did, as Chris mentioned, hear about some overnight paving projects that was happening here on Airport Way, that is, really limiting traffic from the I-205 exit ramp over to PDX here. With that large backup about 45 minutes ago, we also saw 82nd have a lot of traffic coming into the airport from that direction as well. That has alleviated. You can also see maybe there's a sign down there as well that says the center lane is closed. Of course, we believe that's due to the paving as well, the paving project that's going on out here. That has led to a large part of this traffic problem and traffic jam out here at PDX as well. We also, one guy just driving away from the airport, rolled down his window and told us, it's horrible, it's terrible. He was stuck in this traffic jam. You can see right here, of course, it's a red light, but we're gonna pan to the right here as more traffic is starting to intermingle into this problem, get locked into it a little bit. Of course, this has improved drastically from about 45 minutes ago to an hour ago. My photographer, Eric Patterson, was coming down the I-205 direction toward the airport. He was stuck in traffic for 20, 30 minutes, I'd say. Again, the 82nd Way is in much better shape, and now Airport Way is moving better than it was 20, 30 minutes ago. Again, still something to monitor. If you are going to the airport today, if you are going to PDX, you probably want to plan a little bit more time to get out here, maybe 20, 30 minutes to ensure you're able to either find your arrival, or if you're picking somebody up, able to pick them up on time out here at PDX. Drew, China.
Thomas, thank you. And we also want to let you know about a house fire in North Portland. The fire started about an hour ago. Firefighters tell us that there were 7 dogs in the house. They were able to resuscitate 3 of the dogs, but sadly 1 did not make it. The other dogs were uninjured. All of the occupants in the house safely made it out. Fire crews are investigating the cause of the fire.
A Vancouver resident and his dog are also looking for a place to stay after this house fire this morning that started just after 5 o'clock on Northeast 51st Street. A firefighter was also taken to the hospital here after suffering minor injuries. A Multnomah County judge ruled the man accused of setting this apartment building on Portland's east side on fire earlier this month will not be released on bail. The fire destroyed 6 apartments and sent some residents jumping through windows and off their balconies in an effort to escape. On July 11th, investigators say Sean Schwartz doused the carpet in his apartment with gasoline and lit his ground floor unit on fire. Schwartz now faces additional charges, including bias crimes, after neighbors allege he targeted them with racial slurs. We heard from one neighbor who believes the fire was meant to target his family.
We just had a past with him of racial tension with him and just intimidation. And so, in my personal opinion, yeah, he was targeting us. I mean, I don't see how you couldn't come to that conclusion, seeing as we were his upstairs neighbors, and he lit the fire right under us.
That man's family started a GoFundMe to try and recover some of their losses.
We're learning more about 2 of the victims that died after going over a 15-foot drop on Dillon Falls as a search for the 3rd and last missing tuber continued for a 4th day. Claire Elmer with our sister station in Bend has the latest.
The search for the final missing tuber entered its 4th day. It was marked by powerful community support, emotional weight, and tireless effort from crews. Officials say the group of 6 was tubing on the Deschutes Saturday when they missed the final takeout point and were swept over the 15-foot drop at Dillon Falls, a Class 5 rapid with dangerous whitewater.
We're employing some different tactics today that should allow us to search some areas of strong current that are particularly challenging to search. We'll work today through till we get our planned operations accomplished, and if there's additional operations we identify that we have the means and capability to continue, we'll continue to do those until we've kind of exhausted what's reasonable for today.
Search and rescue dogs once again partnered with divers to pinpoint potential recovery areas. A helicopter and airplane assisted with aerial scans, and sonar will be used for deeper water searches if needed. At the incident command post, concerned resident Tasha White wanted to help recovery efforts and show the community's support.
I figure why not organize coffee, drinks, breakfast, lunch for all the search and rescue team, as well as keep everybody hydrated and so they're not out here hungry, and just as a community member trying to show support for the family as well as the best that we can.
KTVZ News has learned the names of the 2 recovered victims, Amanda Lloyd of Rockwell, Texas, and Lindsay Bashan of Parkland, Florida. The final victim's family has expressed their gratitude to Central Oregonians for their support and continued efforts.
I did speak to the brother yesterday who is outpouring with love of how much our community has stepped up and helped. I just hope if this was my family that, the community would come together as well as they have for this family.
Crews expressed their gratitude for the support.
Our search operation is primarily volunteers, so Deschutes County Search and Rescue, obviously there's paid staff that support the operations, but we're made up of around 120 volunteers that actually do the lion's share of the work, and so that support for our volunteers and these people that really dedicate their time, energy, talents, and it's their own resources is very kind that was delivered.
Recovery efforts continue until the last victim is found. Everyone is hopeful the final family gets closure soon.
Your time now is 7:39. We're headed over to Chris McGinnis to take a look at weather.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Again, the brief morning cloud cover that we had over downtown out of here now. We're 61 degrees last check at PDX, and as we take a little tour of our sky cameras here, we'll take you out to the East Gorge. This is from Oregon's Veterans Home in the Dalles. Our camera on the Oregon side, of course, of the Columbia River, off in the distance to the north and west. You can continue to see that ongoing wildfire smoke from the Burdoin fire, which continues burning in Klickitat County. The haze doesn't appear to be as murky as it was yesterday. Conditions are going to continue to be dry and warm there for the foreseeable future. It's 65 degrees last check in the Dalles. Our Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City showing the cloud cover trying to break up a little bit. I mean, from time to time I see what, I don't know if they're blue spots or at least some breaks anyway. The point is that the beach will clear out even faster today than it did yesterday, as we will for any locations in North Portland up into Clark County. Anybody that's seeing clouds right now, those will dissipate much faster. It's 62 last check in Beaverton, the big perspective across the state showing 50s out towards Baker City. Baker City only made the upper 70s yesterday. Today you'll be in the 80s, so all of us trending warmer. Satellite imagery showing now with the light of day that the cloud cover is kind of socked in along the coast and then working its way right up through the mouth of the Columbia River and into Clark and, Cowlitz and portions of Clark County. That should be retreating, though, pretty quickly. All right, the plan for today, again, Futurecast shows those clouds out of here, and we all will see sunshine. And again, today, a warmer day than the last couple. We went from, let's see, we were 70 on Sunday. We were 78 on Monday. Yesterday was 86. Today, we're going to tack on a few degrees, getting up to near 90 here in Portland. And the East Gorge and out into the Columbia Basin, no problem getting into the lower to middle 90s for you folks this afternoon. Today is the warm day, the hot day of the week, if you will. We dial it down a little bit on Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday, we go into that morning cloud and afternoon sunshine routine. And how long those clouds take to burn off will be a strong predictor of how warm we get those days. I've got us down around 80 on both Friday and Saturday. All right, let's get you out the door with a look at the roads. And we start off zooming into Airport Way at 82nd Avenue. This is the scene of a major traffic backup earlier this morning. I'm happy to tell you, for anybody that's trying to get to the airport like mid-morning, the delays have improved. We're working to get more details from the Port of Portland to see if that overnight paving will continue to be an issue tonight into tomorrow morning. But that's something, if you have a flight tomorrow morning, just pay attention here as we work to get more details on if that paving will create delays. I can tell you right now the drive is moving better. You probably still want to plan a few extra minutes to get to the airport. There's I-5 from Clark County. That's slow at SR 500. Right now you're driving from Main Street to the Fremont Bridge is averaging just shy of 30 minutes. Other drive times are not in too bad a shape. I do want to remind folks down in the Donald Aurora area that I-5 northbound on-ramp is closed. This is video from earlier this week. ODOT doing some major work at that interchange. And so the northbound on-ramp from Donald is closed through August 3rd. All of that traffic detouring onto Highway 551. So Drew and China, that drive out of Marion and into Clackamas County has been a slow one on Highway 551 this week and next as well.
All right, Chris, I'm going to encourage our viewers to take a break from what they're doing this morning to watch this next story. A letter of thanks from a music legend to one of his loyal fans. A Seattle man is sharing a great story about his personal interaction with Ozzy Osbourne, who died yesterday at the age of 76. Even if you were not a fan of Ozzy's music, I think you'll appreciate this story after this.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
We know heavy metal legend Ozzy Osbourne died yesterday, just weeks after performing his final concert in England.
This morning we're hearing from one of his fans in Seattle who says his sadness is matched by his feelings of gratitude after Ozzy personally thanked him for coming to his defense after a concert. Maddie White with our sister station Seattle has the story.
What better place to pay your respects to a music legend,
One of the great recording artists and live performers.
than a record store, where Tuesday,
Everyone's coming out,
many are itching
paying tribute to Ozzy.
to get their hands on an Ozzy vinyl.
And there's been Ozzy Sabbath Mania.
But the hands of another Seattle man
I was a sophomore in Roosevelt High School.
are occupied with something else today, something a bit more personalized. Matthew Ward was just 15 years old when he was among the 15,000 people who got to see Ozzy Osbourne play his biggest hits at the Seattle Coliseum.
It was amazing.
But you wouldn't know it was amazing after reading this editorial.
They were kind of sneering at it.
It was published in the Seattle Times after Ozzy's 1984 show.
I was really offended.
The article reads, he encourages rowdiness through his own outrageous behavior, and it's probably fortunate that he drops in on Seattle only once a year.
I didn't agree with that at all.
He didn't agree, and neither does the staff
There's a duality, yeah.
at Easy Street Records.
Both somebody very heinous as a performer, but also very real and very normal at the same time.
This is really positive. I mean, his most famous song, Crazy Train, has a line, maybe it's not too late. To learn how to love and forget how to hate. And that's about the Cold War. So I was like, I thought they really got him wrong.
So the teenager wrote an op-ed of his own defending Ozzy. He wrote, "It is time that people stop judging rock concerts in this manner." Days later, he got a card in the mail.
Matthew, thank you for your kind words. Keep on rocking, Ozzy Osbourne. It was all in gold ink.
Ward was thrilled, and now decades later,
Ozzy Osbourne had a huge impact.
he wants to return the thanks.
He spent, well over half a century being there for his fans. So yeah, kind of gratefulness about that.
I'll tell you, one of the legends of Ozzy Osbourne is you probably heard the story how he bit a bat's head off of his.
Yeah.
I remember hearing this story, like I was probably in second grade, sitting on the school bus, driving home, and the older kids, they were big. They were like in fifth grade. And they were talking about, did you hear about Ozzy?
And everything.
Did you hear about Ozzy? Bit the head off a bat on stage. And I remember sitting there like the whole way home thinking, that can't be true. No human being could have done that. But man, the guy was certainly a legend and had a huge career for so many years. Unbelievable.
I love what that guy had to say, too, that he said he spent well over 5 decades returning it to his fans.
Yep. Yeah, definitely a supporter of his fans, and that fan was a big supporter, obviously,
Sure
of
was.
Ozzy's. All right, Christopher, what do you have for us weather-wise?
Blue sky, right? So yesterday this morning, it was cloudy. Yesterday at this morning. Let me try
Yesterday
that
at this point.
Yesterday at this point. Thank you, Drew. We were cloudy. We are not cloudy this morning. We've got blue sky over Timberline. I'm bringing this up, by the way, because it's a little warmer at Timberline Lodge, a degree or two than it was yesterday. And the freezing level today, you're like, why do I care about the freezing level in July? Well, that's a good marker for us meteorologically to know what the air above us is doing, and a strong predictor of where we're going to go for highs today. It's not nearly as cloudy. Temperatures are warmer aloft. They're warmer at the surface. The freezing level's higher. All of that points to today will be a warmer day than yesterday. We're already 1 to 5 degrees warmer. That's what this map is showing us. The change in temperature from yesterday morning at this time, 1 to 5 or 6 degrees warmer right now than we were 24 hours ago. Yesterday, Portland hit 86. Tack on 4 degrees. There you go. That's pretty good basic forecast here. All right, visible satellite imagery does show, again, that marine intrusion that has worked its way up the mouth of the Columbia and into Cowlitz and even northern Clark County. Nooks and crannies there in the Coast Range. This is really cool to kind of geek out on this, where you can see basically the topographic outline of the Coast Range here. The clouds don't really extend much above about maybe 1,800 or 2,000 feet. So everywhere that's above 2,000 feet is clear. And below that, we're getting the marine push. But that will clear out very quickly today. and we will finish our day with sunshine. It's 62 in Beaverton, Sherwood waking up to 61, 64 in Pendleton, and one of the warmer spots on the map, the Dalles checking in with 65. Futurecast backing up everything I just said. The cloud cover blows on out of here, and we will finish the day with full sunshine. And today will be a warmer day than yesterday. At the beach, the North Coast in the upper 60s after the morning clouds dissipate. Newport gets to about 60 to 62. The Gorge, again, warmer than yesterday. The Dalles, you're up to about 96. Arlington, maybe 98. Central Oregon, take yesterday's high and add about 2 to 5 degrees to it. Bend gets to 90. Sun River probably about 88 this afternoon. And then over towards eastern Oregon, again, Baker City was 78 yesterday. Today you're shooting for a high of about 83. Up and down the I-5 corridor, we've got the morning clouds in Longview. Those will burn off. You're shooting for a high of about 84. I've got Vancouver right around 90. And as we get down towards McMinnville and Salem, 91. There could be a 92 on somebody's backyard thermometer, but otherwise 90 is kind of the going number here for Portland. We'll be up to near 80 degrees by lunchtime and warmer than that as we get into the afternoon. Meet Teddy. Teddy is today's dog of the day. If you want to get a proper sunrise shout out to your favorite four-legged furball, I guess furball would be a cat, right? Your favorite dog, your pooch, send your emails and your photos of your dog to dog of the day, all one word, dog of the day at KGW.com. We'd be thrilled to do that for you. 90 this afternoon. We dial it back a little bit tomorrow, 86. And then Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday too, we go into that morning cloud, afternoon sunshine routine. And that will obviously chop the temperatures back a few degrees. So I guess I would say a pleasant final weekend in July. Let's get you out the door with a look at the roads. The traffic map right now is getting busy in a couple places. The biggest trouble spot, if you've been listening and following along throughout the morning, has been the paving and the road work on Airport Way westbound overnight. It appears that was late in wrapping up, and we had major delays getting to the terminal earlier this morning. I'm happy to tell you now as we give you some of the live cameras. This is I-205 at Airport Way. At one point, this ramp coming off the bridge to westbound Airport Way was stopped. So we had heavy delays there. It looks like those have improved. Traffic is now back to its normal slow and go action across the system. This is I-5 at SR 500 right now. That's about a 31-minute commute. That's actually pretty slow, guys, to get you from Main Street down to the Fremont Bridge.
Thank you, Chris.
Am I going to jail tonight? Oh, no, you won't go to jail for it. That's an infraction. That's not a criminal offense. If I didn't have a license and I was driving, would I go to jail?
New details in the search for Travis Decker. Coming in 2 minutes, we are getting a look at what exactly the Washington man accused of killing his 3 young daughters said to police just 3 days before the incident. Sunrise streaming live at 7 continues right after this.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
It's video we showed you before, showing Travis Decker talking with police after he got into a fender bender 3 days before he allegedly killed his 3 daughters. But now we're hearing exactly what he said to police on that day. Take a look.
What's going on, guys?
How Travis Decker looks, acts, speaks.
Everybody was rolling and everything was going, and all of a sudden I hit him.
It's all here on a Wenatchee police body cam video recorded on May 27th.
I wasn't on the accelerator. I was still just getting my foot off the brake because
That's 3 days before Decker disappeared with his daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. Searchers found the girls murdered days later at a campsite near Leavenworth.
I don't know how all of a sudden it felt like he was sitting at a stop.
Light was green.
Light was green. All the other cars were rolling.
A motorist called police after Decker rammed his Ford Mustang at a stoplight, punching a hole in the bumper.
Air registration.
Okay.
Sorry if I was jacked up.
No big deal.
In the video, Decker admits he does not have insurance or a home address.
Where are you at now?
I'm kind of in transit.
Okay. Where do you get mail right now?
I am receiving it at the Armory over here in Wenatchee.
Decker was living out of his truck at the time, his mental state deteriorating, according to court records. He seemed especially interested in whether the officer will arrest him.
Just so you know, you'll probably get a ticket in the mail for having no insurance, so we're required to do that if we respond to an accident.
Am I going to jail tonight?
Oh, no, you won't go to jail for it. That's an infraction. That's not a criminal offense.
If I didn't have a license and I was driving, would I go to jail?
It depends.
I'm just curious. I don't know this stuff. I don't know the
Yeah, well, so it depends.
That conversation came after the driver that Decker hit tried to convince him he would not go to jail for a minor accident. That driver, who declined an on-camera interview, told me I could tell he was not in his full senses. He described Decker's odd questions and answers and his body language. Dashcam video we got last week shows Decker looking almost bored and nonchalant during the incident.
What happens if it's suspended?
That's a crime. Yeah.
Can you go to jail for that?
You can.
Depending on...
It depends on the situation.
It's hard to know what was in Decker's mind 3 days before he disappeared with the girls. But his final words to the police officer gave no hint of what was to come.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Have a better day.
They're all great days.
What's that?
I said they're all great days.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
man.
be safe out
there.
there.
Yeah, thank you.
KGW News at Sunrise continues live at 8 o'clock on KGW Plus with more on what was a huge traffic backup heading to the airport this morning. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz will join us live from the airport with the latest as things have started to clear up.
Also next hour, the latest on the sentencing of Bryan Kohberger, the man convicted of killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022. His sentencing is set to start here in just a few minutes. Keep it right here. The 8 o'clock hour of Sunrise is next.